Hey everyone, it's Jenny W, and I am about to mix up some resin and make some mason jar lid coasters. I seen it on Pinterest, so I figured I would give it a try. Maybe it'd be something else extra that I could make and sell, and at festivals and stuff like that. These are pictures that I printed out with a Canon selfie printer. I'm no longer using the little portable printers, the HP Sprocket or the Polaroid Zip. One thing is kind of, I don't know, they don't always turn out that great when I Mod Podge them and stuff. They can't be laminated and then, resin or nothing like that. So I decided to use my selfie printer, and so far it's did really good. I printed out these images, a macro shot of a daisy and my cat, and just for example coasters that I made and stuff. But I have Mod Podged the front and back of the pictures, and also the bottom, well, the inside of the lid there on the bottom. I Mod Podged that too, and basically that's all that I've done so far. The Mod Podge that I used is this here, the Mod Podge gloss finish. I used that one. I bought it at Walmart for I think $4 or $5. I just used a paintbrush to do that with. I need to clean that. But I'm gonna mix up some resin and get to work on filling these in, and we'll see how it turns out. I've never made these before. I've only used like actual coaster molds that's like I think 6 or 3 on a mold, and they're really big. They're about this big. I did some of those for a while, like Walking Dead coasters and stuff like that. But it got to where the molds would kind of get dry because I used them so much, and they would lose their gloss finish. So I figured I would try this because I seen it on Pinterest, and you can buy like the cork stickers to put on the bottom, or the felt ones, or different kind of bumper things to put on the bottom, so when they set on furniture, they won't scratch it, stuff like that. But I'm going to mix up my resin now. This is the resin that I use. It is art resin. And then I have the hardener and everything. I have the hardener right here. I'm going to mix it up really fast. I got to get me some gloves and stuff, and we'll see how this goes. I've also got some pieces here that I'm working on too. This is a butterfly wing. I've resined one side of it. You can kind of see that. I've resined one side, and now I just got to resin the other side. And I'll probably do another coat as well, because give it 2 coats of resin on each side. That way I know it'll hold up really well. Same thing for this here. I missed a spot there, you see, when I resined it, and then I'm going to do that side too and resin. So I figured today I'll just do a layer of resin for my coasters, see how they turn out, and then do the back layer on these pieces here that I have. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've mixed my resin. Basically now, well, I mix it until the swirls are all gone, and it is not swirly anymore. I'm sorry for any noise you hear in the background there. Cooking burgers and stuff outside, so my kids are outside in the pool too, so but anyways, I mix it until the swirls are all gone, and I don't see any more swirls in it. There is quite a few micro bubbles in it, so what I'm going to do now is basically I just let it set for about 3-4 minutes or so. All this stuff here, like the bubbles and everything, really depends on the temperature and stuff in your room too. Your temperature has to be at a good level and everything in your room. Right now mine is about 77-ish, so it's not too bad. Like it really isn't. It's cooler outside today. I actually was like freezing in here earlier when I had the air on, so I had to turn it just on to the fan, and but it's it's about 75, 77, in between there, so that's not a bad temperature for the resin. But I'm gonna let it set, and I mixed up one, let's see, I mixed up 1 ounce each, let's see, or 20 milliliters, yeah, that's what it says on there. I mixed up 20 milliliters each, and then it is right at the 2 level, so it's exactly where it's supposed to be. I don't have a scale or anything, so I just use my measuring labels there on the side of the cup. But now I'm just going to let this resin set here and let the bubbles rise. Once there's quite a few bubbles that's rising to the top, I'll use my little torch that I've got and kind of torch some of the bubbles there, and as soon as I think it's clear enough to pour in there, then I'll pour it on top of my pictures. Alright, I have let the resin set for a little while. It's been sitting here for a few minutes now. I've kind of been popping any bubbles that rise up. There is still some micro bubbles in there, but it is pretty clear. There's still a few, as you can see, like when I move it around a little bit. There is still a few, but I always try to get out as much as I can until I, just to get it clear enough where if I was to pour it into something or into a mold, any bubbles that would rise, maybe I wouldn't have that many to rise up or anything. So, alright, I'm going to try it. Let's see how it works. Ooh, this is going to take a lot of resin because I need it up to a certain level in there. Or I want it up to a certain level. Let me see what that's at right now. Okay, so it looks like it is up to the 1 notch. I need it to be up to the 2nd notch on the lid. You can see the notches around the lid there. I need it to be up to the 2nd notch because I want there to be a little bit of a lip left around the coaster. So I'm going to pour it in there until it gets to that 2nd notch. Which it looks like it's taking all of this to get it there. Let's see. Make sure it's level. Take a look at it all the way around. I mean, it's pretty level. It is pretty level. It's about where I need it to be. There's a little bit of a lip left around the coaster, and that's kind of what I want. Looks like I might have enough to paint a few of my butterfly wings, but for my other coaster, I'm going to have to mix up another batch of resin. This here, you can see some of the bubbles in there. Well, I can anyways. You might not be able to see it. But now I'm just going to take this and pop some of those bubbles that rise up. Let's see. Pretty sure it's the only lighter I have is that one because I'm almost out of fluid. There we go. That cleared it up a little bit, but there's still going to be more bubbles that rise up to the top, and I just got to keep an eye on it and keep popping those bubbles that come up. That is looking really good. The picture has not changed color or anything. It's still really pretty, and I really like it. It's really pretty. I like how that looks. A lot better than the coasters that I've made before. I really like that. Now, since I've got some resin mixed up and there's just a little bit left, I have a paintbrush somewhere right here. So I'm going to bend it a little, make it, because I haven't used it yet. And I'm going to paint some of these butterfly wings. This here, again, I've already done that part in resin. The butterfly wings, these butterfly wings that I'm currently dealing with, I actually purchased off of Etsy from a shop. They got their butterfly wings from butterflies that had passed, expired butterflies. They'd died naturally in a garden, so I just got my wings from there. I'm kind of messy with this kind of stuff just because I have a silicone mat, so I just kind of, if I get some on the mat, I get some on the mat. I don't really care because it'll peel right off because it's silicone. It's not going to stick to it. Alright, so it is the next day, and these are the finished products, the coasters. You can see they're finished. Nice and solid. Now all I have to do is put the cork stickers or felt stickers on the back of them. I haven't really decided which ones I want to do yet. There is some micro bubbles on the top, but with the pictures and stuff, it kind of adds a little character to it, I think. But I can't stay up all night either and pop bubbles that rise. So, and these really didn't rise, they're just micro bubbles that are in there. I don't know why, because I mixed it appropriately and everything, and I mixed it very good, at least for 5 minutes straight, and then I let it set for another 3 minutes, letting bubbles rise to the top, and then I pop those and pop some more, and then I pour it in there and let it set, and I set in here with it for about 30 minutes or so, popping bubbles that might rise. So, you know, sometimes you can't control the micro bubbles. And it just adds character and stuff in a piece. You can kind of see there's some right there on his nose a little bit, but it still doesn't look bad. They don't look bad at all. They're really nice coasters. All I gotta do now is put the back on there so it doesn't scratch up furniture or anything like that, and it keeps it raised up off the tables. But that is the Pinterest thing for the mason jar lids that I found. I thought that was pretty neat. They turned out really good. So these are the butterfly wings I've resined. Well, you can't really see it that good. Maybe you can kind of see it a little bit. It's just lighter in person than it is on the camera. It's a lot lighter because it looks more orange and see-through, like an ember color almost. And then this is the other side. That I got to redo this side, so what I'm trying to do here is just make it as thick as possible in the resin, and then I can just drill a hole and turn this into a pendant. Same thing with this one here. See this one here, you can see where it bled through on the back, but that's easily fixed. Like you can sand this down, you can do another layer of resin over top of it, which I need to anyways because this part's really thin. So you can do that too. It'll take me a while on these, but they will look really good once they're completely finished. Here's another one. This one here's got some see-through pieces in it. And then here's one here. And I have flowers too. I did the back of those flowers. You see here where it bled through a little bit, but again, this is going to take a couple of layers of resin if I want to use these just as they are. I can also just take these now that they're sealed in the resin and put them in pendants, and I shouldn't get any bubbles from them at all because they've been completely sealed in the resin. Let's see. Here's the purple one. Sorry, my light's not that good. I filmed earlier, like when it was actually kind of dark outside a little bit, and now it's morning time. So, alright, well that is all of those. And then my coasters. I like how these turned out. You can't always control the micro bubbles, but it still doesn't look bad.